100 naira ko. Estamba seko.
You're welcome to the program Lagos This Morning, where we'll be talking about recent topics in Lagos State and also around the country. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide.
I am Adeni Adela. Welcome to Lagos This Morning.
Alright, let's go into the main headlines for today. Okupe'S conviction won't demoralize me, Peter Obi. Labour Party will replace Doyin Okupe as Peter Obi's campaign Director General. My husband confessed to oral sex with my niece. That is coming from the doctor's wife. You left us with no single legacy. Sad children write on their late dad's burial. Mixed reactions as woman narrates encounter with Bolt driver. Rising attack, vote buying, threatened polls. INEC cries out. And the NLC and TUC give Tinubu conditions ahead of the 2023 election. Alright, let's start with you.
Okupe'S conviction won't demoralize me, Obi. The Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has said the conviction of his campaign organization director general, Dr. Doyin Okupe, over alleged money laundering would not break his resolve to be Nigeria's president. Obi said this during interaction with journalists in Uyo at the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Akwa Ibom State Council Secretariat on Monday. The LP presidential candidate said he was undaunted by the conviction and would continue with his campaign and allow the due process of law to take its course. On the impression that it does not have political structure to win the presidential election, he said he was determined to dismantle the existing political structure in the country, which encouraged corruption and spread poverty among Nigerians.
Okay, well, Okupe'S conviction won't demoralize Obi. Well, I think he's actually using that one to motivate himself, because there's no one that will be in that kind of situation that won't actually be demoralized in one way or the other. Alright, if you're watching this program, you can drop your comment. You can also like this program. You can drop a comment. What do you think? Peter Obi is coming out to say that the conviction of his Director General Doyin Okupe will not weigh him down. What do you think about it? Do you think he's saying it from his heart? Do you think it won't really weigh him down, or is just a damage control technique? So I just think talking about Doyin Okupe's conviction yesterday, when I saw the update, the judgment was just too swift, which is making people to like come up with conspiracies that probably the federal government is trying to clamp down on the Labour Party. So I just think it's just more than what we think, and this conviction is about the Dasuki arms deal and the likes. So I just think Peter Obi is just trying to do something like a damage control, because there's no way he wouldn't actually weigh him down. That's just my 2 cents. What do you think?
Well, whatever is happening in the party, I don't think it should affect. It's going to affect him somehow, but then it shouldn't allow that to weigh him down. It should look at it. It should probably look at the bigger picture ahead of him. Okay. That's just my own.
All right, let's go to the next one quickly. The NLC and TUC give Tinubu conditions ahead of 2023 polls. The All Progressives Congress presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Tinubu on Monday met with the leader of the leadership of organized labor in Abuja. The town hall meeting, which held at Chida Hotel in the Federal Capital Territory, was well attended by labor leaders from the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress, among others. This is even as the leadership of the organized labor presented the APC candidate with their demand, which included a total war on corruption. In his address, the APC flag bearer, who intermittently spoke of his written speech, said his antecedent as former Lagos State Governor during which he transformed the state and powered it to the 5th largest economy in Africa, speaks for him. Tinubu listed the problems of unemployment, lack of credit system to allow workers to own houses, poverty, challenges in the educational sector, weak industrial base of the economy as what he is coming to address as the president of Nigeria. Well, I think NLC and the TUC now, so far so good. Under the current administration, they've not really enjoyed the dividend of democracy, because we've seen so many strike action and protests. They coming out to the street to actually clamor for what they ought to get on the platter of gold, what they've worked for. So I think the TUC and the NLC now coming to Tinubu to make him promise them one or two things. Politicians will keep promising people, but it's not about the promise, it's about executing the promise and bringing it to pass. During the 2019 election and 2015 election, Tinubu came outside to promise the students their 4 years will be 4 years, they won't be asked to strike, they will pay people 5,000 naira. Not today, we know it is just lies. So I just think the NLC and the TUC should do more than just telling candidates to promise them. You need to hold them accountable. If you have a leverage over them, probably you get a leverage whereby they would be tied. They don't have a choice than to do your bidding. I don't know.
I feel like anyone relying on promises of any presidential candidate is just like doing itself. Because most of them, they have come in the past few years just because they want to contest for any for a presidential seat, and then they promised us all sort of things. Just like example, the current party that is in power, it's promised us so many things, like so many things, but then nothing has changed ever since then. Instead, things keeps getting worse. So I don't think anyone or any organization should rely on any promises of any presidential candidate. Yes, it's the truth, because they will promise you and they will get into power and they forget about you. They will only use you to get into power, which is the truth. So I don't think anyone or any organization should rely on any promises made by any presidential candidate. That's just my own.
Yeah, and I also think if there will be any promise, if they can make it a written agreement, because now Tinubu actually needs the NLC and the TUC, because the TUC and NLC have the population. They have to a very large extent a massive amount of population that they can give to a particular candidate or a political party to spur them to win an election. So now if there can be an agreement, like a written agreement, that when you come into power, this is also things that you will do, because now we are giving our total support to you. But if they just support any political party based on what the candidate has said, the candidate might come out tomorrow and say that okay, yes, I truly said this, or he might even debunk it that even I read it from a paper, I was not the one that prepared it. They might come out to lie or to just try to run away from what they've promised. So you can power this program once again by dropping your comment. We have 9 people watching us. You can also like this program to also do good to our channel. Alright, let's move on to the next one.
Alright, the next one. Labour Party may replace Doyin Okupe as Peter Obi's campaign DJ. The LP is speculated as considering a replacement for Doyin Okupe as the Director General of its 2023 Presidential Campaign Council. Flip TV reports that party source within the party on Monday confirmed that talks are already ongoing to replace Okupe. The source, however, said the decision will be jointly taken by all concerned, including Okupe himself. Although he declined to mention possible replacements, feelers are former presidential aide Akin Oshontokun as a front-runner to take Okupe's position. Okupe was earlier on Monday found guilty of receiving over 200 million naira cash from former National Security Advisor Sambo Nansuki by Justice Ijoma Ojukwu of the Federal High Court in Abuja.
Well, I said yesterday that if I were to be in the Labour Party, or if I were to be doing Okupe, I would just step down, because you've been convicted of over 200 million naira. Is it fraud or something? So now most people will now start looking at doing Okupe they'll start looking at Labour Party through the eyes, through the lens of Doyin Okupe. Like, if their DG can be this corrupt, that means they are association of corrupt people that have come from the PDP and also from other party. So it will do Labour Party a very big thing in the positive aspect if he steps down as the DG. Labour Party should not just remove him like that. It will be like a disciplinary thing. But if he steps down, it will be honorable from my perspective. I think he should step down as the DG.
Well, I like Peter Obi said. He said he will allow the law to take its course. Well, as he has been convicted, I feel he should also step down, like I said, because just it will not dent the image of the Labour Party. Because if they should say they are trying to like cover up for him or do anything, it will look like a dent on the image of the Labour Party, which is the truth. Because many people are already against the party, which is the truth. The opposition parties, they are waiting for the downfall of Labour Party, which is the truth, because they feel like Labour Party is a threat to them. So if they should try not to like make him step down or probably like suspend him or anything, they will see them as like probably they are trying to cover up the misdeed of the Director General, that's Doyin Okupe. So he should step down, so another person should replace him for the continuity of the party.
Well, let's see how it pans out for the Labour Party, if he would actually step down or not. Alright, the next one. Rising attack and vote buying may threaten polls, INEC cries out. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on Monday expressed concern that persistent attack on its facilities may threaten successful conduct of the 2023 election. The Commission also lamented the past efforts to curb vote buying failed, adding that the device could mar successful conduct of the election. The Electoral Commission expressed the concerns at two different events in Abuja on Monday as part of the preparations for the election. Speaking at a 2-day workshop on political violence and election security organized by the National Defense College in collaboration with African Global Empowerment and Development Network, the INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu insisted that there must be an end to the attacks on its facilities as well as the insecurity ravaging part of the country if the commission must conduct free, fair and credible election in 2023. Well, we've seen so many attacks on INEC facilities, INEC offices across all states in Nigeria, and there is vote buying, massive buying of PVCs and harvesting of the VIN on the PVCs. I think this is just a threat to the forthcoming election. Probably some people don't want the election to hold, and some people want it to favor them, so they are doing all what it takes to make sure they actually bend the rules to their side, or they make things work for them, either by hook or by crook. We've seen politicians coming out to say that they must win the election either by hook or crook, and some people are actually threatening voters that if they don't vote for a particular party, they'll be dealt with. So I think there's just a threat to the 2023 election. So many coming from so many kinds of political parties and also candidates as well. So what do you feel?
If the INEC facilities are being like attacked and damages being done to the facilities, I don't think election should be conducted, because I don't understand what will not happen during the election day or something like that. Are the voters even safe at all? So what will happen to people that are coming out to vote and stuff like that? If they're attacking the INEC offices now, I'm not sure. I'm trying to like imagine what will happen next year, that's February, which is the election day. So I just hope something will be done about this, because violence is never the answer. They should not like attack facilities that are meant to like conduct a presidential election for the betterment of the country. So why lay attacks on their facilities? What have they done wrong? Nothing. So that's just my own.
Well, let's just watch out what the INEC could do, because now INEC that is supposed to be protecting their facilities, they are now crying out to the masses. What are we supposed to do? there are security personnel there. You can call the DSS, you can call the army or any other security personnel in Nigeria. So now INEC that is crying out now, they are the ones that are supposed to have all the security forces working with them to make sure that there will be no vote buying or harvesting of VINs of PVCs, and also attacks on their facilities. So I just think INEC can do better than crying out. So the next one, quickly.
You left us with no single... Oh, sorry, please. My husband confessed to oral sex with my niece, doctor's wife. Mrs. Aderemi Olaleye, the wife of a medical doctor at the Optimal Cancer Care Foundation, Dr. Olufemi Olaleye, who is standing trial for allegedly defiling a 15-year-old minor, has told the court how her husband allegedly sexually abused her niece during her stay with them. The witness, who testified before an Ikeja Sexual Offences and Domestic Violence Court, Ikeja, on Monday. Pardon me, please. Oh my God. Said the defendants introduced the victim to pornography and oral sex from March 2020 till July 2021. Olufemi is facing 2 counts of defilement and sexual assault by penetration of his wife's niece, who started living with his family in December 2019 after her guardian died.
Well, you will remember the case of Dr. Olufemi Olaleye, a doctor of Optimal Cancer Care Foundation, who was arrested a few weeks back for defiling a minor. Now his wife has come outside to say that her husband has confessed to having oral sex with the said victim, which is her niece. Well, I think so far so good. I think the government has actually been up and doing when it comes to sexual assault, and also for a doctor like that to be so very to be in that kind of situation. I think then so many people will actually be in this kind of situation as well, but only few are being reported, probably with the fear of stigmatization or something, or threat to life. So I actually think this doctor coming out to tell his wife that he is guilty of the offense that he committed, that he had oral sex with the niece, I actually think is a bold one from the doctor, though it is a bad one, like totally bad. It's very wrong for anybody to have done something like that. But I think his case is still in court now. Then probably by the end of this year or early next year, he would be judged. He would be sentenced to. They would actually carry out his judgment. So I think it's just a bad one, and it's just a bad one. It will dent his image forever, and also his organization would actually take a toll by going back a little bit. So what do you think? Well,
the doctor defiling his wife's niece and then coming out, did he admit to it?
Yeah, yes, I admitted.
Or he was caught?
No.
Okay, he coming out to admit to the case. That means he's actually guilty. He introduced the girl to pornography as early as 2020, and I feel that girl was 14 at that time.
Yeah,
the girl is 15. No, she was 13 at that time. So now they have been at it since that 2020 till 2021. Wow. Well, I hope we get the right judgments, because I don't like people sexually harassing young.
It doesn't make sense.
Young girls. It doesn't make any sense. Even old people. It doesn't make any sense. So I hope the right will be done. That's it.
All right, let's go quickly. Mixed reaction as woman narrate encounter with boat driver. A Ghanaian lady has narrated her encounter with a boat driver whose girlfriend took a loan to buy him a car. To buy him the car he's using for the ride-hailing business. The Twitter user wrote, "My boat driver says his girlfriend of 2 years took a loan to buy him the car a few weeks before she lost her job. So he's going back to teaching, drives and sells perfume in his car to help her pay it back. he's been praising her for more than 5 minutes. I like that. Well, those are the things we do for love. And so far so good. Many people, many people actually reacted to the update, while some people hailed the lady. Many people actually reacted that she went too far for the guy and she took a big risk for the guy. But
the guy is appreciative.
Yeah, is appreciative. But the lady saw something in the guy before he would actually take a loan of 2 million naira to actually buy a car for a boyfriend. There'll be something you've seen in this person. There'll be a level of loyalty that she has seen, and a level of, he has seen potentials in this guy. Probably this guy is hardworking, he's trying to make things work, but things are not just coming up, things are not aligning yet. So she's like, we are in this thing together. And you don't just get your husband outside like that. You start from being friends, then to the boyfriend stage, then to the courtship stage, then marriage. So now if both of them start building their lives now, if she can go all out to take a loan for this guy, and this guy ends up paying back the loan, I think it will just be like a match made in heaven or something. But I just hope that the guy wouldn't make her regret. Because if she regret this one, the next guy would actually pay for it. The next guy might pay for it. What do you think?
Well, it's love. Because for her to have, probably she would definitely have seen something in the guy. I'm like, this guy is a potential person that will be very, very successful in life. He has the ability, he has the capacity, he has the capability, and everything it takes to become successful. But the guy would have exhibited some kind of good behavior. She gets, because a lady can't just wake up one day and decide to buy a very jobless man, or someone that does not even care if he has a job or anything, and then take a loan and then buy a car. So it's love. God will bless their union.
If you're watching us, you can drop your comment. A lady bought a car for her boyfriend to start Uber business. Do you think it's a good one? If you were to be the lady, would you do it? If you were to be the guy, would you actually go all out to take 2 million naira loan for your girlfriend to start a business? Would you do it? Drop your comment. Let us have your comment. We've talked about so many things here today. From Labour Party said they may replace Doyin Okupe as Peter Obi's campaign director general. What do you think about that? And Okupe'S conviction won't demoralize me. That's coming from the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi. Alright, you can drop your comment and let's have your opinion. Let's move on.
Alright, the next one. You left us with no single legacy. Sad children write on their late dad's burial. Children of a Nigerian man who passed away at the age of 66 have written a sad biography about him. In a biography which has gone viral, the man's children said that though no one is perfect, he left them no legacy. The writer of the biography expressed regret about having him as a father while growing up. They slammed the deceased after being good to outsiders while neglecting his home. Okay, indeed you were so good to outsiders, but your own home was total shamble. As a growing child, I regretted having you as a father, but today look at me, standing to lay you down to rest. An excerpt of the biography's preamble reads.
Well. These children, they said children here, so I want to believe that this person who wrote this kind of thing is actually within the age range of 18 to 22 or 23, and this person still lives within the confines of the father's house or the mother's house. I think for a guy, when you are still at home under your parents, there's a way you think. Your thinking will be different. But when you go outside there to start struggling for your life, then you start seeing why your dad or your mom actually took some kind of decisions that you didn't understand then. You now start understanding life, that nobody actually owe you anything. it is you that you owe yourself everything in this world. I actually think this student are actually talking from the side of hatred for their father, because they didn't understand what their father went through. And actually they said their father left no single legacy. But in this same write-up, they said their father was good to outsiders but was not good to the insiders. He was good to the outsiders, and that has bring him a good name. And they said a good name is better than gold and silver. So I actually think this one has left everything for them. Because now, if your father has a good name outside, when you go out and you say who is your father, and you say Mr. So and so, they'll be like, oh wow, that man is very nice. Actually, that name actually can be a key to you. It can be a key to the child's success. But I think maybe they are thinking of a legacy like money or finance or something, or an investment for them. Because when we talk about legacy is beyond money or investment. A good name. There are some people I have there are some people that I know that they are not alive anymore today, but if their children should ask me of anything, I would go any mile to give them, even if I have to go and borrow, because what their parents have actually done for me is just something I have to repay back to their children positively. So I think their father left everything for them with the good name, because some children are actually so entitled. They have this spirit of entitlement, like they don't know that there are some things that it is your father's own, it is not yours until your father hands it over to you, like this thing is now in your care. It is never yours. Don't even imagine, or don't feed forward, or don't what is it called, don't assume that okay, this land is for my father, okay, when he dies I would inherit it. No, it doesn't work that way. Or this car, she is my dad and I'm the firstborn, I can take it now. No, it's not yours. Nobody owes you anything in this world. Nobody. So I think these children are actually just too entitled, and they don't understand life yet. I think when they start working for their money, I see so many people, so many young guys whereby they say, okay, I don't like my dad, I hate him. But when they now get into the real world, they now start appreciating their dad. Like, oh wow, so this is why this man used to frown every time. This is why he does not used to smile, or he does not used to laugh. So I think they don't just understand life yet. But as time goes on, let's say in the next 10 years, they would come back to apologize on their dad's grave, like, Dad, we are very sorry for what we said. So that's what I just think.
Well, being entitled is a thing. What did that do to help outside that we actually help the children, in case they don't know?
Yeah.
Because I have a personal encounter. There was this time I was trying to get something, then I went to one place. So when the person saw me, I was like, are you this person's daughter? I was like, yes. He said, oh, don't worry, I will help you with this thing. And the person actually helped me with everything without knowing. I don't know him personally, but seeing me, he was like, are you this person's daughter? And I said yes. I was like, don't worry, I'm going to help you with it. And he helped me with everything without even collecting a dime from me. So I think what the father actually did is a big legacy, in case they don't know, because legacy is actually, I don't know, it's kind of differs. So if they should go outside now, probably they are trying to get a job or trying to get some things done. Their father's name we speak for them. So they should be appreciative. Him not being like, probably not having, I'm very sure the father would have done something for them, but probably what he was doing was not enough. So they are like, he should have done more for them, which means they are kind of like entitled, because he is my father. He has to do this and do this. He's owing me the world. He has to do this, and which is not like that.
Well, I actually think I would just like to use this opportunity to tell our viewers at home, if you're watching, some of us might feel somehow about our dad or our parent. I just think it's high time we start appreciating them, because majority of the time, this is when they are gone that we start appreciating them. But when they are still there, we feel like they can do better. We start comparing them with our friends' fathers that we didn't know how they started this journey of life. They had different trials and tribulations, challenges, and how they faced it matters. We don't know, maybe all our friends there that their fathers are doing well. Probably they inherited those properties from their dad, or you know, they could have gotten their money from so many wins. But let's just find a way to appreciate our parents, regardless of what they are doing. If there are some things they are doing, I know no parents will be intentionally wicked. If a parent is doing some things whereby you are feeling so bad, or you are not feeling happy, is either they are trying to show you how life is, or they are trying to teach you a particular lesson. It's about it too. Nobody would give birth to a child and be intentionally wicked on that child. Nobody. I've not seen one. So I just think we just use this medium to appreciate our parents at home. They are really doing a lot, because I know so many people that are in my life now, whereby their fathers, they have their immediate family to cater for, but you still see so many people depending on them, still calling them. Okay, sir, I need this kind of money, I need this thing, my child is in the hospital. Okay, assist us with this money, you want to pay your child's school fee, different thing, a lot of things. And our fathers and our mothers too, they want to use this money also to better their own lives. They need to feel good, they need to dress well, they need to do things for themselves. So how do they want to get all these things done? And they're also human beings like us. They have blood running in their veins, they have emotions, so they won't always be right. They will do some things that will be wrong. We should just admit it. They are also human beings. So we should just try to be appreciative to our parents and not actually wait till they die before we start writing epistle, blah blah blah. When you were alive, you were told. Tell them right now, tell them and call them, put a call through. Dad, thank you very much. You've been a wonderful father. Even if you are not been feeling it, because when it goes, there are some things that would happen in your life that you now resonate with your father, like, oh wow, so this is why my dad was actually giving us this kind of emotion. So this is what he was going through. So many guys didn't understand what fathers go through until they got married. I'm not married yet too, but I know so many people now that they're actually praising their father that they once used to talk anyhow to. Now they understand what it takes to be a father. So let's give a shout out to our parents out there. Quickly, let's go to the next one. My husband actually snatched me from my boyfriend. Nigerian lady discloses. A Nigerian lady took to Twitter to disclose that her husband actually snatched her from her boyfriend. Posting on a timeline, she wrote, "My husband actually snatched me from my boyfriend. I remember I told him I had a boyfriend and he said, 'What's that?' He had no intention of being a boyfriend. He just wanted to take me out of the streets because it is dangerous out there." Well, I don't buy into the notion of someone snatching anybody, because I don't see a human being like an object. If you snatch away my phone now, I can say, okay, you've snatched away something, or snatch away this glass here. But for you to snatch away a human being, no. Human being decided to walk away. They can't snatch you away from your boyfriend. That's what I used to say many times. Some people say, okay, your boyfriend, this girl is a boyfriend snatcher, girlfriend snatcher. I would say no. I don't believe in it. Even if anyone should, I don't have a girlfriend. But if anyone, if I get to be in a relationship maybe anytime soon, and someone or she just opt out of the relationship, see, nobody snatched her away. She walked away. Probably it's something I'm doing that she does not like, or she's not seeing my goals or my dreams.
She didn't see the guy. Okay. She didn't see the guy as someone she can marry. Like what we discussed the other day. It's about ladies having plan Bs, which is the truth. She didn't see the guy as someone that she can marry or someone she can be with forever. If you can't see yourself getting married to this person, you will have problem. That's why she's having plan B. That's true. Probably she has seen that me and this person, we are not compatible, we can't be together. That's why she has been like, oh, and this person has been asking me out, and let me just probably go on a date with him and see what's going to happen next. Nobody snatched you. You wanted to be snatched, and you are not even snatched. You wanted to leave your previous relationship to be with another person. Safely. That's it. So
nobody snatches anybody's boyfriend or girlfriend. They decide to walk away. But majority of these ladies just tend to play the blame game, like it was not my fault, he snatched me, something led to another thing, all this kind of thing. They are not accountable. I know guys, most of the time guys won't say, okay, this lady snatched me. They'll feel like maybe the girl, I don't like her character anymore, or I have been complaining on a particular thing and she didn't change. She didn't change. The guys tend to come outside to like beat their chest like, okay, I left her, okay, because she cheated on me, okay, because we couldn't continue the relationship, okay, because of genotype, because of so many things. But little will try to paint the scenario by it to be as if it was out of their control, like, okay, the guy just snatched me away, and I didn't even know, before I knew it, I was in love. Oh damn. That's why most times it's as if I'm actually heartless. I'm not heartless, but I only use my heart less. I use my brain more in my heart less. I'm not heartless, that's just me. So we have come to the end of the program today. Do well to subscribe to Flip TV for more entertainment and also more political talks like this, and also do well to join Christian Chuku on the next program by standards. Till we come your way again tomorrow for another exciting edition of Lagos This Morning. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide.
I am Adini and thanks for watching Lagos This Morning.
Alright, do have a great day ahead. Bye. Merry Christmas in advance.
100 naira, let's go.